Hey there, it's BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Oh, Jesus, and Novastar is raiding with a party of two. Good luck. Also, I'm a little bit quiet. I don't know if anybody else can hear that. Hello? Nova, you've walked into the wrong forest, friend.
Wrong forest!
Yeah, I don't know. Am I a little bit quiet? It sounds a little bit quiet in my own ears. It could just be me and my own insanity. What do you think? I don't know. Turning myself up on my end makes it sound fine. Mixing-wise, it doesn't sound that right. Moonlight says, Jesus, that scared me. What did? You're gonna have to be specific. Kippy says, you sound fine to me, but I've got headphones. Moon had their volume all the way up again. Okay, I think this is a good learning lesson. Do not come into BitB stream with the volume all the way up. Just don't. Okay, Splat says that it's fine to them. Okay, maybe I'm just insane. In fact, that's pretty much a definite. Okay, dokie. Well, let's go ahead, and we are going to begin playing a little bit of Terraria. Just give me a moment. I need to transition over to the tab, and we will begin. Ba-ba-doo. And I was nice this time, and I actually, I waited until it was directly at morning, so that we don't have to be sitting through an entire nighttime cycle. Render is saying I might decide to get back into hat modding soon. Sounds exciting. Hey, if you're up for it, dive right in. And apparently, Moon was talking about the fact that they are attempting to try and actually make a bit hoodie. Why? On what? Like, in what way? That is some undertaking. Holy crap. Somebody put that in a museum. Nova says that was my first raid ever. I hope you appreciate it. Oh, I definitely do. Thank you. Oh, I'm getting random texts and things like that. I can't. Anyways. Okay, so back to what we were doing previously. What was I doing previously? I believe I was... Okay, I don't think I actually said it, like, straight up. But one thing I'm thinking about doing is I want to attempt to start making the Hellvator. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Hellvator is, it's literally an elevator to hell. Ta-da! You're up to speed. But I want to do it a little bit different this time because a lot of times I would make the Hellvator roughly in the center of the world. I don't know if I really want to do that. I want to try a little bit of a different thing this time around. I want to try and make it right at the direct end of the world. I don't know, like that just seems like a fun undertaking. Something different. Something to like spice things up. First of all, I'm going to need a couple of things for this. Some wood. Nice. Still have a crap load of wood from that one thing that happened. Moon is saying maybe some cosplay or, you know, making a package for when it's possible to mail fan stuff. Man, I don't even know if I would be comfortable with doing something like that. Just because, I don't know. I wouldn't... I mean, I don't really like the idea of getting donations, much less like people actually sending me physical goods. I guess there's some sentimental value in that, but at the same time, it's like, oh, no, keep your stuff, man. Keep your stuff. Okie dokie. Oh yeah, before we go on the trek, I actually have something interesting happening soda-wise. I still have a crap load of cinnamon coke that is technically expired to go through, but I was recently at the store, and I actually found Dr. Pepper Cream Soda! It's here! So, we here. Never tried it before. So let's take a look at what this, this thing is like. I'm a huge fan of regular Dr. Pepper. I don't really care all that much for cream soda. So let's see what the heck happens here. Alright, well the smell test... Yeah, that basically just smells exactly like Dr. Pepper. What about the drink? Tastes like Dr. Pepper. I don't taste much of a difference. If there's cream soda in this, it's like barely visible. Like the taste of those 23 berries that are currently in Dr. Pepper kind of override them. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad. It's just kind of one of those, well, okay. I suppose like what it's trying to go for is Dr. Pepper with a hint of vanilla in it. And honestly, actually, I could definitely see that because I've had Dr. Pepper at some soda machines that allow you to put like custom, custom flavoring in them. And I have added, like, cherry vanilla into Dr. Pepper, and it is incredible. Funny Stuff says, I think DPCS tastes like cotton candy. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Let me try it again. Yep. Well, all right. The next time you have the opportunity, if you can find a place, like, I don't know, a 7-Eleven, or just something that sells, you know, a Dr. Pepper on tap, except you can add extra flavoring to it, add extra flavoring. I swear up and down, like, that is basically what I'm drinking here. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, just checking. I do have a horseshoe. I was just like, let's be cautious. Also, the pathing out here. I have not really ventured out here all that much, have I? Moon says, Bunny's computer is dying from how powerful stream. It's either dying because of how powerful or how horrifyingly weak. Oh, man, I don't know. One of these days, again, one of the things that I want to try and improve upon with the stream is, ironically enough, bitrate. I don't have very good bitrate. If I upped that and made it a little bit more stable, I feel like more people's computers would be able to handle it. Oh, hello. We found something. What might this be? Ow! Owie! Did you... It's the meteor! Right, there's like 3 new meteors that are just sitting around. Also, who are you, friend? Oh, no. Oh, shit. Why? Dear God. Okay. Back it up. Back it up. Increased bit rate. Bit starts talking faster and faster. You don't want that. I already talk way too fast as is. I look back on some streams I've done, and I'm just like, slow your roll, dude! You don't gotta talk that much. That information you're talking about is not that impressive. Relax. God tried striking Bit down, but failed. Here. Never seen a soda tap that you can add flavorings with it. Oh, jeez. Funny stuff. You haven't lived. Find that. Like, those machines, they exist in a lot of places. Like, attempt to see a lot of advanced, like, gas station type of places. Like, basically convenience stores. Like, massively advanced convenience stores tend to have them. Actually, I think some McDonald's also have them, too. I am trying to recall. Basically, places that have the money to have more futuristic bullshit. It's fun. It's just like, ooh, okay, well, I could just have myself a Coca-Cola, or I could add a little bit out. Or I could add a little bit of vanilla to the Coke, and I could have vanilla Coke on tap. Woo! It's good stuff. Moonlight says, gonna pull out my pencils. Drawing time. That does remind me, I just recently got Clip Studio Paint just because it was on sale. 25 bucks, man. Like, the price is right. I had to at least get that. I'm a little upset that, like, the animation portion... honestly, I'm kind of curious about the animation portion. The issue is that it limits you to only have 24 frames of animation. So basically, you could make, like, a loopable GIF. Or GIF. I don't care how you pronounce it. That kind of makes me annoyed. Like that, we're gonna lock that functionality behind a wall. It also doesn't have audio playback. Oh, bullshit. So yeah, quite literally, that version of the animator is just, oh, alright, it's there. If you want to make some funny little animated things, I suppose in the event I ever wanted to make some animated GIF thing for just bit-related stuff, I could definitely do that using Clip Studio. That said, I also need to attempt to... man, I just wish I had a better frickin' drawing tablet. Again, that requires money. And while I do have money, I'm attempting to try and be as smart with it as possible. Okay. Shit. Damn it. What tablet do I have right now? The most bog standard basic Wacom tablet you could possibly have. That's literally it. And I'm annoyed because it's like drawing, except I don't know. It's like third-party drawing essentially. You draw on like, you know, just a big old plastic slab, and that translates over to the screen. It's like, man, I could probably draw using the mouse at, you know, at that rate. It's only a slight advantage. Splat said, money? Oh, okay. Cheers, 5. You crazy fool. Don't donate random money. Okay, alright. Sorry, my attention is, like, very hardcore on this area over here. Because, like, I do not want to get burned by the meteors. And you sent another 5. Come on! I told you no. I really wish there was more ground to work with here. I saw the funny stuff posted another thing about soda machines. But again, unfortunately, I am very distracted by a lot of stuff at the moment. Arf! So, we've decided to celebrate, like, a very early Father's Day on my end. Mostly because we happen to have a whole bunch of people in town at the time, and we're like, ooh, hey, great timing. Let's all celebrate Faja. We pulled a whole bunch of resources together, and we got him a brand new drone. He's a big fan of those things. Apparently, very soon, he's going to be taking it on the maiden voyage. And it's much nicer than any other drone he's ever had, because usually he would be flying, like, those $50 ones. You know, like the really cheap consumer ones that really don't do much of anything. This one, on the other hand, this one is... Oh, geez. This one's like a $200 model one. Moonlight said I have a Huion HS610. It was $64 US, and it came with these things that plug into your phone or tablet so you can use it with that as well. Really? I don't know. I guess, like, when I hear, ooh, a screen tablet, the first thing I think is I want to spend a considerable amount of money on it. Because I worry that if I don't spend enough money on something like that, I'm worried that the quality is not going to be good enough for me personally. That being said, it would probably be better than the remote feeling of using just, you know, plastic slab Wacom tablet. Like, it does the job, but that's literally all it does, is just, it does the job. I will say, having a good software as well, that helps out too. Like, I finally went and tried Krita, which, you know, I know that's the free software. But I actually really liked Krita for what it was, because, you know, it's free, open source, and it's actually pretty flexible. But with Clip Studio, it gives me the option to have a bunch of extra, like, materials for brushes and things, and I think that's pretty nice. I say all these things, and I have not done much of any art or drawing, aside from I've drawn, like, the Bitaba every once in a while. There we go. The funny stuff earlier said, are we talking those Coke Freestyle machines with the touchscreen? Yeah, I've used those. Oh, yeah, hey, those things are the flavor things, though. They do have the function to be able to add flavor and things. So my assumption is that you probably you decided against adding the flavor. Unless for some reason that machine was just out of order. And it's just like, I don't know, just dispense regular soda. Like a simpleton. I think that would be the saddest day of my life, being like, what? You're out of cherry flavoring? You evil bastards! Oh, God. Maple, hold on a second. Moonlight says, hey, I came up with a name for what kind of persona mine is. A bitsona. Ah! There is something about that that's, like, really throwing off my brain. It's kind of like, oh, man. You know what? I don't want to shame or, like, make anybody feel uncomfortable about, you know, having certain things, but, like, people have train sonas. And if you don't know what that is, first of all, you probably shouldn't look it up because it'll probably give you some horrible things. But it's basically a Thomas the Tank Engine persona. And the thing is, I only know it by name. I don't know much about anything else aside from that. And that's why I say, I would not advise looking it up because I don't know what's on the other end. I'm too scared to look it up myself. Zodas for Invader Zim fans. Oh, Jesus. You know, honestly, with Invader Zim, I could actually see that. You know, I was like, that's fine. There were a ton of Urks in Invader Zim. I'll give them benefit of the doubt. But Thomas the Tank Engine? Oh, really? Like, out of all the potential personas you could possibly make, Thomas the Tank Engine is the one that, like, you've decided to, you know, basically stick yourself directly within the Thomas the Tank Engine lore. Oh, ow, 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 da, 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 da. Oh, dear. Give me a second. I gotta say, this mace is MVP right now. Oh, but no, like, I think I've talked about this before. I have my own drone, but the thing is, I've owned this drone for a good, like, 3 or 4 years. And it's real fun to use, don't get me wrong. But, one, I didn't have a whole lot of locations to be able to use it, so it's like, eh. 2, it's kind of an not, like, super industrial. It's one of, like, the really nice DJI Phantoms. And the thing is, when you decide to pull out a DJI Phantom, that's not something that you just pull out casually. You know, you don't pull that out just being like, I think I'm going to fly this around for a while. No, that's an event. That's a moment that you look at that and you go, ooh, what are we going to fly? What are we going to record? What are we going to have fun with? Like, where are we going to fly this thing? This is going to be a spectacle. So for me, like, I have such a hard time getting up the motivation to be like, oh yeah, we're flying drone today. Just because it's so industrial. And that's why I kind of want to spring for one that's a little bit more casual. Like, drone flying is fun. Like, how many... I want to know, how many people in the chat have either drone flown or know anybody who has? I want to see some experiences with this thing. Because I'm sure everybody at least needs to have at least one friend that has a drone. Moonlight says the jacket is going to be very big. I would expect nothing less. Yo, who the fuck drone flown? Kippy has not flown one yet. I would recommend, that being said, I would definitely recommend you also look at the instructions on how to fly the thing before you decide to. Especially if the drone is extremely expensive. Kippy says, my dad has a drone, but I haven't seen him since lockdown. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Moon says, I have never had a drone or known anyone that had a working drone. I feel like that it's gonna happen. Like, very slowly, a lot of people are gonna own drones at some point. The funny thing is that I was one of the first people within my area to go and buy a drone, and I was posting stuff online about it, just being like, ooh, look at this footage I captured. Yeah, look how fun this is. And then everyone that was following me on, like, my social media, they were just like, oh my god, oh, that's so cool. And then I heard from the grapevine and friends being like, oh yeah, Joey was looking into getting himself a drone. I'm like, I wonder why. Gee, sounds like something rubbed off on him. Ooh. Nova says, so sorry, but gotta go. Sean, Chipblock, and friends are dubbing Ace Attorney, and I have to see that. What did it? Sean Chipblock? Who is that? I assume he's like a YouTube or a Twitch personality. And since you're talking about dub, I imagine that we're talking dub in terms of like, you know, like the Sonic Adventure dubs. Oh, he's a voice actor? Hell yeah. What does he do? Like, what kind of voices has he been a part of? Live dub playthrough. Neato. Objection! Mostly anime and games. Accurate. Oh, man. I miss Ace Attorney. I wish I had another one to play. I have two to play, but I don't understand either of them. So unless anybody here can really quickly teach me Japanese. Owie. Duolingo. You know, I've heard a lot of good stuff about Duolingo. Duolingo is, like, entirely free, right? But it does give you, like, options about buying specific packages and whatnot. Or is it only free for, like, certain courses? I assume that's how it is. Moon says, my native language is English, and even that's hard for me. Absolutely. Same. If you've heard me talk, you could probably tell. English is my main language. And even then, my brain not compute English sometimes. Like, I butcher English so much. I call me the butcher of English, literally. Taking English to, like, you know, to the back of the slaughterhouse and annihilating it. Splat says it has in-app purchases, I think, but it's free from what you've seen. Right. My assumption is that it probably has a whole bunch of basic stuff that you can learn for free, and then for advanced classes, you probably need to pay for something. That being said, for an app that actually provides a pretty good service, I have absolutely no problem with doing a little bit of, like, monetization. Or, see? I'm destroying English. Monetization on the side. Oh, damn it. Is that visible on the stream? I have no idea. I accidentally didn't go offline. And you can see my friends' tags being like, so-and-so is playing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. It's like, oh, Jesus. I don't think you can, so... Okay, Kippy says, I didn't notice. Alright. Well, thankfully, apparently, that has not been hooked onto via Streamlabs. Streamlabs is not reading my notifications for Steam. Splat says, okay, the only purchase, Duolingo Plus. Again, I'm very curious what Duolingo Plus means. I assume that's just, again, a bunch of, extra courses that are not necessary, but you can get access to. Basic, no more ads and interruptions, and also it allows offline lessons and repairs a broken streak once a month. Ah. So what, you get points? Is that how that works? It incentivizes you, like, coming back, just to, like, giving you little points? I mean, what happens if you don't go and do your Duolingo? Does the bird come to your house and just, you know, bat you directly in the kneecaps? You haven't been learning your Spanish, have you? Off with your head! Moonlight says, yeah, basically. streak breaks and it sends you sad, please come home notifications. Oh, well then I will just shut off the notifications. Screw that. Yeah, fun fact. Now, once again, I am not being sponsored in any way, shape, or form by this app. In fact, unless you guys are really stupidly curious about it, I'm not even going to mention it. But I am using a health monitoring app just to, like, do the calorie counting that I do for my diet. And it has been really egregious with the notifications in the past. So I've just straight up delete them. Like, actually, no, I just straight up turn them off for that application. Just being like, hey, have you charted breakfast yet? Sir, you haven't charted breakfast yet. You should chart your breakfast. Make sure it's, it's accurate. You want to make sure you don't miss any meals. Oh my God. If you haven't charted your breakfast, what if you haven't eaten? Oh, you should be eating. You should get at least 1,500 calories a day. No, dude. I'm like, go away. It's fine. If I've got the drive, I will definitely, log onto your application. You don't need to remind me every 5 minutes. Dragon says I'm trying to learn Japanese with that app. Very nice. I hope you're doing well. I hope it works out. I've talked about this before, but I would like to go on some trips across, across the world to like different locations. But what worries me is that I don't want to end up going to a place and not knowing the language, at least like to some extent, because it just feels awkward. I mean, on top of that, there are a lot of, for example, I've heard of a lot of people going off to Japan, and one of the things that people really appreciate when you go to Japan is at least trying to talk with, Japanese language. Like, if you're at least given your best hand at it, like, even if you're not all that great, people appreciate that a hell of a lot, because it shows that you care, and I can honestly understand that. And I wouldn't want to be that awkward dude who's just like, yeah, I don't want to learn the language. Or just like, meh, I don't feel like it. No, of course I want to learn the language for you. I found that if you have enough drive to do something, you don't need a whole lot of reminders. So if you really badly want to learn a language, I feel like I could probably dive into Duolingo without worrying about missing a day. Ow. Moon says, okay, I may have gone too far and created a clasp for the zipper-like thing to open to make it easier to put on, and a full-on plan for a mask. Okay, so you say mask, and the first thing that I immediately think is some, like, I don't know, some dead mouse, DJ Marshmallow-esque head thing. Like, basically, you buy a goldfish bowl, you paint it blue, you draw a face on it, and then you put, like, little baubles on the sides with, like, I don't know, little metal sticks. That was my envision with that. What, you guys remember when I was gonna make a elevator this episode? Oh, holy shit. Don't worry. I just gotta do this, like, once it's gone, it's gone. Splat says, I have a very strange focus when I am not doing the thing at the moment. I'm never going to do it. Then I forget, and eternally lose motive. Oh, man. That's why, for important stuff that I know I have problems with remembering, I set alarms. Like, either weekly, daily, whatever I need to remember. Oh, God. Funny stuff saying, hey, we're talking about Bitsonas? Oh, Jesus. Well, that's horrifying. Everybody go look at that. Oh, my God. That's some straight-up Cold Steel the Hedgehog. Moon says, my eyes hurt now. The bleeding, it will not stop. Yipe. Oh my god, we gotta be close. Come on. I am so sick of these meteor bastards. I just want to pass through town, asshole. There we go, nearly done. Anyway, no more what I was talking about with that drone. Again, thanks to the fact that I have a very old drone, and because it's a very manual drone, also, it means it's missing a whole bunch of consumer-level functions that I really wish that, that I really wish was inside of it. For example, most, at least like consumer-level drones that are a decent amount of money, they have this function where you can tell it to just follow you and just record you. And those are some really cool functions for, like, I don't know, when you're going bike riding or something. Although I mentioned that to my dad. I'm just like, oh, hey, this drone that you have here, again, it's a fairly new one. And I mentioned, oh, yeah, it's got a follow me function. You could tell it just like, oh, hey, recognize me and follow. And he's like, so what would happen if I decided to go and, like, drive in my truck with this thing following? And I'm like, you'd probably be arrested. Just straight up, right to jail. That's a funny concept, but please don't. And if you do decide to do it, I am not involved. I didn't give you that idea. I am not complacent in this. Complacent. Okay, there we go. I think I've done it. There we go. The music is back. And all the fiery bastards are gone. That's the main problem. Like, the meteorites are, the meteorite weird spritlings. They really suck. So you really want to make sure that you get rid of the enough meteor so that they stop spawning. There we go. Ooh, Moon says it is done. Now all I actually got to do is the math. Oh, ew. I get to that point in projects, and I'm just like, well, I guess I'm never finishing this project. Like, math? Ugh. It sucks how many things, unfortunately, do require you doing a little bit of math. Especially cool things. Okay. I've made it through. This is very strange. Part jungle, part snow. These climates seem a little bit perplexed and confused. Depth meter? That was strange. It is now posted in the art channel in the Discord. Behold my poor planning. I'll check that out when I'm in a safe location. Or at least I'll try to remember to check that out. Oh, shoot. Now that I think about it, I believe I entirely forgot to whitelist... Oh, Jesus. I think I forgot to whitelist you via the Streamlabs bot. Well, you gotta be shitting me. What are you... God! Ah. Well, guess what we're doing again? Funny thing is that this is directly next to the Crimson. So if anything, these meteorites are probably saving me from a lot more dangerous things. Haha, pickaxe go tick, 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 tick. Shut up, funny stuff. Do not mock me. Lucky for me, I actually have a pretty decent pickaxe on my side. Not a super one. The question is, do you want to take the time to plan out a Snatcher cosplay? Maybe Moonjumper, Cooking Cat? Cooking Cat would probably be pretty easy. I'm trying to think, has anybody actually... I assume somebody has probably dressed up as Snatcher in cosplay somehow. Knowing the internet, somebody had to do it. I know somebody's been the conductor. And it was an amazing costume. Ow, 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 ow. Stop! Oh my god, stop it. Get out of here. These bulls can wreck you if you let them. Oh, haha. Oh god, how do I get the ones above? An awkward angle. Okay. Can I reach that from here? Kinda. Yeah. Times like these where I really wish I had some end-game pickaxes. Like the ones that have ridiculous range. Come on, friends, up and at 'em. You know, at some point I actually need to go and fight the Crimson boss. Like, I've got a whole bunch of resources. I could do it. I love how bleepity bloopity these the music in Terraria is. Like, I appreciate what they attempted to do with Otherworld, but I don't know. Something about this music here I appreciate a lot more, and I cannot explain why. I think it's just like the strange nature of it. It's like somebody overclocked the 16-bit system. Screw it, I'm gonna work on one of... Okay, the Snatcher one's first. Why? He has two of your favorite colors, purple and black. Very fair. Dive into your project. Full steam ahead. I know I've given you guys plenty of hints here and there about some projects that I've got working on. I've currently got, like, 3 at the moment. 4 if you count, like, really early stages. You've never worn anything fancy like what the prince wears, so that will be fun. Nice. Oh, again, I'm excited. I can't wait to tell you guys what I'm working on, but I really can't. I want it to be a surprise. Hello, Mapley. How's it going? Ah. Excuse me. The lava is eating me alive. Don't know what it is, but you are excited for it. Kip says that's a big feel as a GM. Oh my god, yeah. I've heard so many stories that Ben has told me of, like, just gigantic plans that he had for, like, amazing story arcs. Being like, oh, man, oh, this is going to be such a good story. You guys are going to love this character. And it's just like, okay, we're going to head into the caves. It's like, what? No, guys, you're still in town. You're probably not prepared yet. Don't you want to go to the inn? Nah, caves. Shit. You want to geek out, but you can't tell them. And then you just got to be like, okay, I guess I'll put him in another campaign. Okay, we've been guilty of that. We've been just like, oh no, it's time for fight. It's time to go. Kill. The Snatcher cosplay is going to be warm. Oh, this all on top of this, like, are you planning on wearing this at a convention? Because if you do, you better hope that this convention is happening somewhere naturally cool or has AC like you've never seen it before. You might if you have money. Ah, yes. That's the decider right there. Money. I've cosplayed about 3 times at conventions. Not great cosplay, I should say. Kippy says, I can't tell my players that their game set in a classic setting is going to escalate them into becoming independent of the threads of fate and bind all things, piloting giant mechs. Yeah, you can't drop that yet. You can't. We've got to have money. We want more money. Moon says, you've cosplayed? Dude, you are now even more of a cool guy. No. I think plenty of people have cosplayed before. I didn't go, like, too full on out with it. I don't, for the most part, I feel I could have done a heck of a lot better with my costumes, honestly. I've been a couple of things. There was one year where I decided to dress up as Link. I think that one I actually managed to have that costume. I think I commissioned that costume to be made because I am not very good with working with fabric and whatnot. The second cosplay I did was a much more, like, it wasn't like a store-bought costume technically. It was like I bought all of the pieces for it. But, you know, I didn't, like, exactly store-bought. I don't know. Okay, basically, it was Wrecking Crew Mario. Because I was sitting there thinking, okay, well, I would like to be Mario, but the thing is, I'm sure that, like, everybody and their dog is going to attempt to try and dress up as Mario. Like, you at least find one person as Mario at a convention all the time. So I want to be a little bit different. So I'm like, how about I dress up as the Wrecking Crew one? And that included, like, fake mustache. And again, I just sort of copied the color palette of his clothes, and I got the exact same type of clothes. But let me tell you, trying to source out the colors of clothing for NES sprites, not easy. Like, I cannot tell you how hard it was to find a pair of red denim pants. Especially, like, red denim pants that were, like, bright neon red. Kippy says, my husband is amazing at sewing, but I'm too self-conscious about my appearance to cosplay. Been there. That's why I tend to, like, pick cosplays that I feel like I could... that actually kind of fit my form factor. So, like, in the moment, I'll be like, okay, well, I've got a little bit of weight on me. I think I'm going to be a husky plumber. Red Denim Redemption. There was one year where I decided to dress up as Quote, because of course I freaking did. And for that, I actually, I constructed a polar star out of clay. I still have it, but the paint job on it, like, completely died on me. Like, I actually did not put a finishing coat on it. All I did was I just painted it, and I regret that to this day, because I really should have had some kind of a sealer coat on it. Kippy says if there were more pretty plus-size female characters, I'd have more stuff. But I'd be like, oh, sweet. You'd be like, oh, sweet, I could do that. Mae Borowski from Night in the Woods. There you go. There's one. Now, again, I shared you guys that that one tweet, right? If you have not seen it, you should definitely go see it. There has something that has been teased by 2 of the 3 original, like, original people a part of Night in the Woods. If you have not seen it, look into it. Okay, funny stuff being that, body positivity. You can cosplay as whatever you want. Don't let body type stop you. That's a nice sentiment, but at the same time, I'm very self-conscious, and I wouldn't want to pick something that would... You know, if I ended up dressed as somebody and I couldn't... it's kind of like you want to do justice for the character, and if you are not the right body type for a specific character, you're just like, you just feel awkward doing it. You know, nobody's shaming you or anything. Nobody's telling you, it's like, no, you can't do it. It's like yourself. You're looking at it, it's like, probably be a bad idea for somebody who is 200 pounds to be cosplaying as so-and-so thin person. Also, there's always that fear that you're going to end up on some kind of a compilation. You know what I mean? Like, somebody's going to take your picture and be like, oh, hey, here's a compilation of some of the worst, worst paired costume to person. And it's just like, look at this chunko. It's like, don't make fun of me. Oh, Kippy says, I wouldn't care what other people think of me, but you don't like looking at yourself. Fair. You can always ask them to take it down as they are using your image. This is true, but in the age of the internet, it's, like, infinitely difficult to do so. Especially if it's... Like, if it gets to a point where people start seeing the image, on one website, and they're like, ooh, this is funny. I'm going to share it over on this website. And then this one, and then this one. And it's like, there's the worry of this one particular picture of you becoming viral. And there's the other issue of, I don't know how many people know about, like, Here, give me a second. There's a phenomenon on the internet known as the Streisand Effect. I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard about that. But for those of you who don't know what that is, here's the backstory of it. This is literally a term that was coined based off of the famous celebrity Barbra Streisand. Now, apparently, there was some kind of photographer that had taken some pictures within the area that Barbra Streisand's house was. They had taken those pictures, and they had posted them online. Oh, hey, a goblin army. Great. Apparently, Barbra Streisand was very upset about that. So she actually sent a cease and desist to them and said, like, hey, if you don't take that picture down on your website, we are going to sue the ever-loving pants off of you. And in general, just took a really negative stance on it, and kind of decided to be an all-powerful douchebag about it, if you know what I mean. Oh, hi. Aren't you guys a little bit too oh my god, why are you guys so close to me? But anyways, people ended up finding out about the fact that Barbara Streisand was being this freaking awful. And they decided, hey, this is the internet, why don't we up the ante? Everybody took that picture and started posting it everywhere. And so that's exactly what people mean when they say, like, you know, Streisand Effect. It's essentially attempting to try and fix an issue by blanket censorship, only to pretty much make it 10 times worse than if you had just shut your mouth. And you never know when that's going to happen, sadly. Funny Stuff says also, why is the guide yelling at that tree? What guide? Where? What are you going on about? The guide isn't around here. You kind of get that when people repost your art, too. Yeah. I mean, like, if you're good and if you're reasonable with somebody, like, I would say... Oh, Jesus. Funny Stuff just posted that one. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember. I was just like, where is that happening in-game? Now I remember. Old man yells at trees. Well, consider the fact that this entire playthrough has pretty much been predicated on the fact that there are trees, giant trees, everywhere. Are you surprised that the guide is yelling at trees? Kippy says, I have messaged people saying, hey, can you please take down that repost and retweet my original post? And they get extremely confrontal. You know, it's different when you actually ask somebody about that and for them to immediately get defensive about it. At that point, if you're being a jerk about it, that's when the lawsuit should actually start being filed. It's another thing for you to be, like, taking pictures out in the middle of, out in the middle of an area and accidentally happen to be taking a picture of someone's property, and then that person immediately going and saying, oh, I'm gonna sue you! I'm a sue! We'll sue you! We'll take all your money! We'll sue you if you even look at the money! We'll sue you! Yeah, reason first, and if reason doesn't get through somebody, like, you know, I'll talk to you like a regular human being, but if you're not going to talk like a reasonable human being, you know, that's when we got to get the lawyers in, you know. And that's uncomfortable, man. Gotta extend an olive branch to see if they smack it out of your hand. Yep. Good way to put it. And unfortunately, there are some assholes that would absolutely do that. Usually those assholes are like 13-year-old, yeah, like 13-year-old edgelords on the internet who think that they can get away with anything. Although, I just recently saw, oh, who was it? It was retweeted on Twitter. Somebody was just like, okay, do we have the right to sue these assholes now? And it was a picture of a YouTube ad. Somebody apparently took a YouTube ad out to advertise, like, easy success tips and whatnot. And one of the success tips that they were giving within this ad was that you can take somebody else's YouTube video, download it, then repost it under your, under your YouTube channel and whatnot, and then monetize the video. And I was just like, what the fuck? No, you can't do that. Why did YouTube allow this ad to be on their freaking service? That's literally advertising the exploitation of your own thing. What the fuck? Like, where is the quality control? What the shit are... Maple has posted a thing. What is... Ah, Hat Kid cosplay. As adorbs. You work with the materials you can possibly do. I'll say there's one particular cosplay that I have really, really kind of thought about doing in some capacity. But I've got a couple of major problems with it. Now, number one, it would be way too complicated to make. Two, it's a character that hasn't even been released or announced yet. I'll let you take a guess. What the heck? Hi. But anyways, yeah, I'll leave that one up to you. Oh, third, I don't think I have the right body type as of yet. Hey, it's the worst NPC! Oh, hey, come on. They're doing what they can, man. So yeah, why is the Goblin army fighting me over here? The Tavern Keep was slain. Shit. Mafia boy, he looks like Mafia. Yes, he does, Mapley. Yeah, if you didn't know, that is actually a reference to Dungeon Keeper. I guess Dungeon Keeper and Terraria did a whole bunch of, back and forth kind of cameos, so to speak. Except, I don't really know. I guess the cool thing is that with Terraria, it got an entire extra, like, wave-based battle mode kind of thing through the Tavern Keep. And then for Dungeon Defender, they got access to the Dryad, which is, I think, I don't know, I feel like Terraria got the short end of the stick. It's just like, I really don't care about this game mode. I really don't. I don't know how you would have, put something in Dungeon Defender that would have been really interesting for me, but, Splat says it's me, I'm the character. I'm just confused why I managed to find the Tavern Keeper here, of all places. Just randomly out of nowhere. Die, please! I really badly want to get a better weapon, because this one, it does the job, but only barely. I want to get something that, I don't know, just passes through these guys like water. Flow like water. It's not too bad, I suppose, but... Stop. Anyway, what else has been going on in the world of Bitaba? Because it's been a good 3 days, for God's sakes. I know I've had a couple of things go up, but I'm not 100% certain as of yet. Again, in general, I'm just working on a bunch of projects that I cannot talk about. And, once they finally do come out... Well, funny thing, once they actually do finally come out, I'm still not going to want to talk about them, because I'll be like, no, go take a look at the finished product. I mean, maybe I'll try and talk about them, but, mainly I just want to show it off. There are some people in the chat that probably actually know what I'm talking about. They have also been instructed not to talk about it. I mean, yeah, I didn't do, ridiculous, just do not say the thing or you will perish. No, it's more like, yeah, this is a secret project, so can you please just, not talk about it out in the middle of nowhere? Ow! Alright, the Tavern Keep is alive, and he is back at the house. Cool. Oh, thank you very much for the dogos, Mapley. Alright, well, since I'm actually back at the house, I might as well take full advantage of this and just drop off a bunch of random crap I got. Because I got plenty of random crap, that's for sure. Got these. That is technically a weapon, so I will put that in the weapons chest. Just look at how many meteor headbanders I got. Don't... You get like one of those every 50. I don't know if I really need the hook. I think I'm fine. I'll get rid of that. I don't really expect to have any extra people showing up in this map. Unless I get very stupidly bored. Which might happen, I guess. Funny Stuff says, I like how one of the names the Tavern Keep can be is Barkeep. Barkeep the Tavern Keep. He both runs the tavern and also the bar on weekends. Okay. I feel like I need to start moving a whole bunch of the specifically tool-related things over to the just the regular tools chest. There we go. And my banners, where the heck did I put those? There you are. Okay, I got those resources. I got this equipable thing. I don't have a whole lot of chests in here, I just realized. I should probably go dumpster diving and exploring to try and find some more. Oh, Jesus. A snatcher mod for... Ooh. Yee. Ah, that's pretty. I have no idea what cotton candy nonsense is happening with the meteor, but... Snatcher ball. Does it laugh at you and call you a fool? Okay, I don't want to make too much out of meteorite, but I have one thing in particular that I really want. Let me see. How much is it going to take? More than this, I guess. Snorb. Here we go, the meteor hammocks. I love this freaking thing because I can pretty much say goodbye to the copper axe and the wooden hammer, because this thing is both an axe and a hammer at the same time. I love the thing, and it makes so much extra space in my inventory. It makes me happy, and I am making it. Oh, gee, I've got so much meteorite in my inventory. I was not even paying attention. What the fuck? I think I'm good on meteorite for a while. Holy shit. I should probably put away the snow block as well. Yeah. I'm a little bit worried about putting away the gel because I feel like I'm going to accidentally, like, quick click all of my gel into a chest and not pay attention. Knowing me, that's something that I would just do. Hey, Pink, how you doing? Mapley. Snatcher and Bit when it's October. Oh, yeah. I love that video. Hey, you! Hey, you! What? Shoot. I think I have some glowing... Yes, I do. I have glowing mushroom. Nice. But I think I actually need a bottle sitting out here in order for me to craft potions. Shoot. Where do I keep the glass? Oh, there it is. There we go. There, take all my low-grade stuff and turn it into high-grade stuff. I'm reminded of Back to the Future, making the wake-up juice. Oh, wait. Well, I just burned all of the day, doing absolutely nothing except, like, fighting off gnomes and whatnot. Pink said, doing good, just posted a YouTube poop video and forgot about the stream. Ah, it's fine. Also, YouTube poop. Nice. Okay, so the longer that I drink this Dr. Pepper cream soda thing, I'm slowly starting to see what you mean when you say cotton candy. And also, like, slowly I'm starting to notice that, yeah, there is a very distinct aftertaste that is not Dr. Pepper. So, okay, yeah, it is a little bit different. Actually, I kind of think that maybe now that it's a little less carbonated, it might be a lot more different than what it was. Kippy says it reminds me of the time I made a Dr. Pepper float. Oh, dear God. Don't make me do... You say these things, and then suddenly, you know, a bit needs to go and make them. He needs to make them now. Ah! Okay. Probably just put down a rope. There we go. Mapley says, so earlier I took some headache medicine, and now I feel a bit woozy. At least my painful headache is gone. Boy, I would definitely recommend that, like, you let somebody know about that. Just on the off chance that it's a little bit more than just, like, a headache. Funny Stuff's dad used to make chocolate Dr. Pepper. Do you just, like, put chocolate syrup into Dr. Pepper? Yeah, check the side effects on your meds. I mean, headache medicine. I'm trying to think of, like, a headache medicine that would do that. Take a glass mug of Dr. Pepper, squirt chocolate sauce into it. It was disgusting, but we drank it. Jesus. I think that's one of those moments where I feel like you need to show some balls and be like, Dad, no. This is awful. What the hell are you talking about? This is the best brew on the face of the earth. No. Dad, it's really not. I've talked about this before on stream, but there are people that have Dr. Pepper actually, like, warm. Like, they heat it up. Splat says, why would you heat up soda that's gross? Not according to some people in the South. Apparently that is an ancient brew to them. Yeah, me personally, I could not handle having, like... Jesus. I don't like room temperature soda, much less, like, warmed up soda. So, yeah, I cannot sympathize with that. Some sodas get more syrupy and stronger in flavor. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Even, like, room temperature soda nowadays, I drink it, I'm just like, eh. What I've found is that I tend to sift soda a little bit more when it's cold. And when soda is warm, I tend to, like, gulp it down a little bit more. So for me, actually, chilling soda makes it a little bit more refreshing. You know, it just feels like you got more of your money's worth with it. Oh, shite. You know what I just realized? We gotta go back. Remember what I was talking about with accidentally misclicking things into inventory? Yeah, I accidentally left a whole bunch of wood. Oopsies. But anyway, no, if somebody wants to have that, I will not. I will not be an asshole just being like, oh, yeah, no, you're a horrible person. How dare you? That's disgusting. It's fine. That being said, no, you can't just push something on someone and be like, no, constantly drink it, but I don't like it. You'll drink it anyway. Unless you're a parent and it's medicine. Like, that is the one caveat. Kippy says, oh, okay, so you want to know what's unexpectedly good? Dip strawberries in sour cream, then dip again in brown sugar. Ooh. You know, that doesn't sound that bad, honestly. Because with the sour cream, that would give you a little bit of tang, and the brown sugar would add an extra tiny bit of, like, of sweetness to it. That being said, the strawberry in and of itself is sweet, so... Cheesecakey? Ooh. I think I've talked about this, but like, I don't know. Whenever I'm eating breakfast, one of the things I do, because I've gotten very bored with my breakfast. Like, it's good, it's wholesome, it's healthy, and boy, oh boy, I get bored of the flavors of everything in my breakfast. I tend to get bored and just, like, combine stuff, like, within my breakfast together and, like, do all sorts of random stuff just to try and mix up the flavor a bit. Like, if I've got myself some vanilla yogurt or something, I will take, like, I don't know, a cheese stick. If I've got, like, some string cheese, I'll take that and I'll dip it in there and I will just, like, take a bite. Again, it's complete boredom. And all of this food is going to be reaching my mouth anyways, so it's just like, might as well mix and match. I don't know. Kippy says the only breakfast flavor I never get tired of is runny yolk. I'm not huge into eggs. Like, you know, we make the joke, egg all the time, but I'm actually not that interested in eggs. There's something about eggs that just puts me off. I guess, and maybe I have never had a well-prepared egg. Maybe that's it. Like, I'll eat eggs, don't get me wrong. But it's just kind of like, it's like a subtraction from the meal, personally. Pink says these look like the lanterns from Tangled. I do not recall who it was who told me this, but apparently those lanterns, they appear after you do some kind of a big event. And if you'll remember, I just recently completed the Goblin Army. Yikes. Oh, I passed by a grave. An egg sandwich with mayo, crispy lettuce, some crispy deli ham slices, black pepper, and runny yolk. Ooh. The way you're wording it definitely sounds good, but I feel like if I were in the moment and if I were eating it like right then and there, I'd still be having some issues. Because like, it's still egg. Yeah. You know, I keep forgetting little ingredients for this thing that I'm trying to do here. I think I need to teleport back. Shite. Because here's the... Okay, I just remembered. I want to try and make this, this elevator on the edge of the earth. Well, what's on the edge of the earth? Ocean! So, let me see. I do not have any water-breathing potion. Which means that I think I need to make it. Alright, what is the recipe for water-breathing potion? I don't remember. It's like the Gills Potion. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Coral, water leaf, and a bottled water. Shit, did I don't even think I have coral. Fuck. Or if I do, like, oh, damn it. Funny Stuff says, use ocean water to turn the underworld into obsidian. Bam! I would do it if that actually worked. It doesn't. Okay, this is problematic because I actually need... I need a water-breathing potion shit. And I don't have the coral in order to do it. Not with that attitude, it doesn't... No, game, mechanically, it doesn't work. I know. I am already aware. Not with that attitude! Fine. Stop yelling at me. You know, I could just make the elevator, like, directly on the beach. I suppose. Kind of wanted to do it, like, right at the edge of the earth, but, I guess the best case scenario is I could do it just at the edge of the beach. I don't know, I wanted to go all in. Ooh, Moonlight says it is done. Speaking of which, you said that you posted that thing in the art channel. Hold on. Oh. Concept art. Let me take a gander at this. Oh, okay, I don't want to close this entire thing. What am I... No, keep Firefox up. And it's a phone camera, so it's just... Oh. And also, it's a phone picture, so it's just like, oh, do you want it sideways? No, I do not want it sideways. No, you want it sideways, clearly. I honestly really don't. Also, how do I turn you? No, that's how I misshapen you. God damn it. I don't know how to rotate things in this. Here, clockwise. There we go. I gotta take a look at this button. Hold on a moment. Oh, bottom. Oh, padding inside with fan? Question mark? In what way? And how? Okay, so you've got, like, a gigantic zipper concept, and it can be pulled apart with magnets. It looks very, like, bare bones so far. Curious. How to rotate in MS Paint? I don't know how this works. Pink has also posted a thing. Yeah, Pokemon Smile for me. I still laugh at the one dude who's just like, oh, what is Pokemon Smile? Oh, screw this. Bring us Pokemon Snap, you dickbags! And then, literally, like 15 minutes after that, Pokemon Snap is announced, and, you know, everybody's just gotta look at him like, ha! The quickest aged tweet of all time. That is absolutely... Not only is it the quickest aged tweet of all time, like, it's the most savagely aged one, too. It's like, that's some Raiders of the Lost Ark melting of face kind of thing. You ever forget the word mug? No, because mug is a soda. And unfortunately, my brain is just fixated on soda. Moonlight says, gonna take a break from cosplaying. I'll make Moon Jumper and Cooking Cat later. Yeah, fair enough. Take a well-deserved break. No need to burn out the brain. Kippy says, I've forgotten the word posture before, and I tell you what, it is impossible to describe a definition of posture when you're struggling to remember the word. Man, I know what you mean. Like, here's the thing. Whenever I am stuck on a word, I always, like, there are times where I remember some very specific word for a very specific thing. And I'll be sitting there thinking to myself, oh, man, what's the word? What's the word? There is a specific there's a defining word right here, right now, that perfectly encapsulates what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling right now, and I just want to say this word, but for whatever reason, my brain stopped up, and I can't remember it, but I don't want to keep going with the conversation, or, like, the point I was trying to make, unless I can say that word. It's like just, it's literally like your just brains in lockup. At least for me it is. I don't know if it's the same thing with anybody else. Maybe it's some very strange English OCD. Like, no. I have to hold on and figure this out before I can keep going. And it's even worse when the other person, like, and the thing is, that word that you were going to use to describe said thing, you know, that was also the linchpin of the conversation. Like, that was how you were going to keep the conversation going. And the thing is, the other person that's a part of the conversation, they don't know what you were about to say. And in fact, that one word was the only hint that you had for the direction that you were going to be taking it. So they have no idea what you're talking about. It's not like they can help you. It's like there are no other defining words for this. I'm so confused. I am sorry. Ah, Maple is back with a sandwich. Sandwich. Delish. What kind of sandwich? I am curious. It's even worse when the word is not necessarily a descriptor of an object. It's more of a descriptor of, like, a concept. A concept, an attitude, a philosophy. And when you're trying to just say that one specific word based on that one very specific philosophy, it's like, oh, turkey, nice. The sad thing, I remember, I used to have a lot more deli sandwiches than I do nowadays. I pulled back from having a lot of, like, deli-related products. In general, I was really bad, and I was eating a lot of, like, lunch type of stuff for, like, both lunches and dinners. And by lunch, I mean, like, really lazy lunch. You know, like, just, like, grab something from the frozen food aisle and be like, yeah, that'll call it for my lunch today. Or that'll call it for my dinner. But the problem, like, I've turned away from doing stuff like that because, I mean, one, it's processed food. It's not really something that you want to be putting into your body that often. But two, God, that kind of food is just not good for you to be eating on a regular basis. Invite the family over for a Lunchable dinner. I think we've talked about this on the stream before. I feel really bad that, like, there are some days where I'm like, I wonder what this was like. I kind of want to just buy a Lunchable for myself. But then I'm like, well, then I'm going to have to explain that. Or I'm going to have to say something about that when I, you know, reach the checkout counter. Because I'm fairly certain the lady at the checkout, you know, like, I don't have a kid. The lady at the checkout is going to know that. So I don't know. Goodbye. So give me a second. I want to talk to you. Hi. What the hell is this? What? Summons a baby harpy, not for your everyday cockatiel. Hello! That sounds adorable! I can't afford it! Do I get it? That sounds amazing! I kind of want to get that. I don't know what it does. I don't know what a baby harpy does. Does it attack people, or is it just, like, you know, a flare thing? I don't know. This new Terraria has got so many cool things, and I really want to see this. Funny Stuff says, follow your heart! Do what you think is right. You know, I suppose I'm halfway to another platinum anyway. And this is kind of an easy come, easy go thing. Yeah. Look at him! Ah! Nice little harpy. Oh, does it attack things? I don't know. I want to see. I want a slime to show up. Come on, little lady. God, I hope it attacks things. I hope it does. Come on. I need a slime to show up. I need... Oh. Ooh. Ow. They're attacking again. Okay, okay. Do you attack? Do you kill? Oh. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I guess you're just cosmetic. Shit. Oh. I mean, you're adorable. I'll give you that. What am I gonna name them? Oh, a good point. What do I name this burb? I've never owned a bird, so I'm just like, what do I name you? You know, I think I'm gonna name it Alexis. Alexis the Harpy. And I'm naming her Alexis after Alex the Honking Bird. Because I don't know why. Alex the Honking Bird, there's just something about that YouTube channel that really badly makes me want to watch it constantly. Pink says, hey Alexis, play this music. Come Alexis. To victory. Sweet. Okay, now we have all the ingredients to make ourselves some Gills Potions. I will make 5, because that will do it. Alright, I'm gonna put a whole bunch of the shells and random junk in here. Apparently there was a glitch with the shells at one point. If you put the shells on half steps, it would attempt to try and sit down on the step, but it can't sit on a half step. So instead, it would just pop back out. But for whatever reason, there was a glitch within the programming that made it so that instead of making you put down the block, it would actually just keep it within your inventory. But it would also make a block like pop off of the ground and then fly back in your inventory, essentially making you double the shell. And that was an exploit for the early on stages of Terraria 1.4. They have since patched it out because that is exploitative as hell. Because you could just go and take all of those shells and you could sell them for infinite money. Oh, Splat says I talked about this? Oh. My brain, man. Mapley says, my grandparents have a puppy named insert name of Amazon speaker here. And every time they shout at her, their insert speaker name here pops up. I try to be good about that. I try to remember that when you say that word, anybody that has one of those things just sitting around could potentially have them start up. And I need to remember that it's oh, right, this is a recorded video platform. And there are people out there that are watching this. And their machines are going to start doing, weird things if just suddenly I start, yelling out names. Yeah, funny stuff's got it. Funny British man, go. Game breaks. Yep, you got it. You get it. Ow. God, I wish I had a better jump. I suppose that's kind of my fault. I should be doing a little bit more exploring underneath the world and maybe finding myself some new materials and things to improve my jump. Ooh, another thing I need to find, the Goblin Tinkerer. He can be found underground, so just a heads up with that one. Maple has posted what I assume is a meme. Oh, man. Under the current guidelines, your milkshake is only permitted to bring 9 boys to the yard max. Says another round bar and grill. Well, I don't know what bar and grill it is, and I don't know where it is. But well done, sirs and madams. I do like establishments that have a good sense of humor. Moon says, "Ah, crap, but I brought my chalky milkshake." Well, I'm sorry. Have you brought 9 boys to the yard? Because that's the maximum. You can't bring all of them. That was such a weird freaking song. I remember when that originally came out. Even when it originally came out, my brain was trying to piece together what the hell that song was about. Like, I had a basic idea of what that song was about. Okay. But I'm like, why did you name it your milkshake? I don't... I mean, I get it. I understand. But it's just like, for God's sakes. It's kind of like when, oh, Jesus. Actually, funny enough, I was watching an episode of Todd in the Shadows videos recently. If you've never seen Todd in the Shadows stuff, he's basically a music critic. And he was doing a special on MC Hammer. And there was a specific song that he ended up making that was... Oh, geez. What was it called? I forget. I think it was called Pump to the Bump. And in that song, he was calling, like, you know, girl booty a bump. And I'm just like, how is that going to catch on? It's the same thing with, like, milkshake. Like, why did you think that was a good idea? That seems like a very, very bad idea. And then Fergie came in and it's just like, my hump, my lovely lady lumps. And I went, you know what? You're vindicated. MC Hammer, you're cool. How to get soul back 101. Offer spooky ghost man bacon. Kippy says, also, my neighbors will not stop firing fireworks. It's been every day since April. Oh, for God's sake. Man, I know it's quarantine and I know people are bored. But come on, man. It's especially annoying because, for God's sakes, Fireworks Day is coming up in a month. Can you wait a month? You get to light shit off in a month. And the worst part is that I'm fairly certain people are going to be stocking up on fireworks this year. And I'm willing to bet that fireworks are probably going to be lighting off until... Oh, Jesus. I feel like they're going to keep lighting off until September, frankly. It's funny we're talking about fireworks lighting off and whatnot, and I just hear a police siren go by my door. Or, like, by my window, rather. Not directly by my door. That would imply that I have, like... I don't know, a road directly outside of my doorway. Splat says, I'm not going to get to sleep in July. I get the feeling that nobody will. Okay, so, finally, I think we have all of the important ingredients that I need in order to pull... You know what I just realized? No, we don't have all the important ingredients. I am such a fucking derp this episode. What am I... Like, every single time I'm like, oh shit, I forgot this. Oh shit, I forgot this. Oh shit, I forgot this. I forgot something else! God forsaken... Okay, well, we can at least get it started. Knock down this tree. I'm so peeved. So angry. So anger. Such rage. There we go. Hello, crab. No, talk to me. I'm angry. Oh god, that just reminds me of the the meme man things. Was that something that meme man directly said? I'm trying to remember. Yep. Eyes. Wait, times like these where I really wish this little harpy bastard would help me. They're eyeballs. You could take out the eyeballs, can't you? Moon says, crap, I'm actually hungry. I might go on a journey to the kitchen and see what I can find. But chair comfy. I would say, go adventure. Find yourself a, take her around. Stop looking at me with them big ol' eyes. Demon eyes shrink into nothingness. No, they become extremely tiny. Mapley said, I told my friend that I graduated. By the way, congrats on the graduation. I did not mention that. And he told me, so what are you going to do next? And I replied with, I have no clue. And he responded, well, time to get into debt. God, that's about it. It's especially spooky because that's pretty much the main thing that is advertised to, just a in pop culture as a whole. Like, that is the one thing that is specifically advertised to people after you go to school and college. It's like, all right, I guess it's time to be in total debt. And then to continuously be in debt for a long-ass time. Oh, it's Sheb. How you doing? Haldo. Hiccups. Go get yourself a glass of water, mate. Kippy says, take basic classes in community college where the credits will transfer. Yep, actually, I have heard Mapley is planning on doing exactly that. They're already on top of it. Again, there are cheap ways that you can do college. The issue is that even the cheap options for doing college, they're not that cheap. Kinda sucks, honestly. Water don't work, I suffer. Okay, water, and hold your breath for as long as you can. But before needing to go and take another breath, don't just hold your breath until you pass out. Because that's not healthy either. Oh, Sheb says, I must forget them, and then they go away. This is true. I don't know, for me, my surefire method of getting rid of hiccups is just holding my breath as deeply as I can, slowly drinking a cup of water, and again, just after finishing drinking that water, continue to hold breath for a long period of time until eventually, until you can't anymore, and then you slowly breathe it out. and then just, like, relax. Usually, that solves the hiccup issue for me. That being... one thing I've noticed, though, is that... I don't know, for as long as I have lived, like... it gets a lot easier and easier to not have to worry about the hiccups. You know what I mean? I was like, I rarely get hiccups anymore nowadays. And I don't know. Is it just a getting old kind of thing? Do you get hiccups less and less often? Because it just seems like... it seems like our innards got hiccups a heck of a lot more, like, back in the day. At least for me. Oh yeah, Mapley mentioned that they might not have a choice but to get a real... a retail job. Not a real job! Especially a situation you're going in the town you live in. Yeah, that really sucks. I don't know. I'm currently, like, crossing my fingers for you. I hope you find something that is pretty decent. I know I'm really worried about a whole lot of the stores and the markets that are around here. Because I know that, for whatever reason, the management of these places, like, they have all of these regulations involved with their employees now. So they're just like, oh yeah, you need to be wearing a mask and all that, and you need to also be behind the screens at the checkout and whatnot. And then simultaneously, like, the managers of these places will not be wearing a mask. And, like, they'll actively just be sort of walking around. It's like, you know, the person that really should be wearing a mask, you know, like, I don't want to judge, but I really feel like that the person whose sole job is to make very smart decisions for everybody a part of the entire place, you seem to be the most important. You're the MVP. Put on a mask. Ooh, Moon has returned with cookies and milk. Oh, milk. Splat says, I'll go chug my gallon. Don't chug a gallon of milk. All right. Well, I have enough materials here that I can at least get started with this, so... let's just hope I don't get attacked. Touchdown. Okay. I'm going to say... right about here. Not directly on the edge, but it's pretty close. Come on, light, move up. Also, I can take this opportunity to take a look at what's underwater. Because there's some new underwater stuff in Terraria that I have not taken a look at yet. There. Damn it. You probably have a good idea of what I'm doing at this point. And those of you who are veterans of Terraria, you'll probably know where I screwed up. So, just hang tight. All will be revealed. You guys are sending a heck of a lot of messages. I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus. The heck? Frickin' Goblin Scout, stop it. Also, my nose is itchy, and I don't know why. Hey, relax in chat. I seek confrontation. You did it. No. Ow. Stop it, you incessant. Okay, fine. Now, phew. There we go. Whew. I think I did it. Now, where I messed up is that I need to bail out this water. I have no buckets. So that means we're going back. Anyways, yes, you guys have been sending a whole bunch of messages. This is again with this chugging a gallon. Stop. Do not chug the gallon. That is horrendous for your health. Okay. I have a surplus of lead. I think I'll use that to make the buckets. I already chugged it. Not the whole thing, only a bit. Oh, okay, thank God. That milk's expensive, don't you know? Alright, 10 will be okay. Now, before I go running out into random places, let's grab some wood. Just so we have it. The bucket. Grab the proper potions, just to make sure. Got it. Alright, we set. We can start digging. The funny thing is that we've wasted so much time just traversing and whatnot and doing all this kind of stuff that I feel like I don't even have the time to be able to work on the elevator. Like, I've set the foundations, but that's it.
Very expensive.
Water. Bit, I am cheese now. What? How am I cheese? Is that what happens when I eat too much cheese? Oh, dear Lord. My mother warned me about that, but I didn't listen to her. Who was that one person on Twitter? They tweeted out that one tweet that was just like, at the beginning of all this quarantine nonsense, they were just like, if you see me go to the grocery store, buying mountains and mountains of cheese blocks, I'm not hoarding. That's just how much cheese I go through every week. And I'm like, you freaking legend. I'm still thrown off. Like, Jesus. Having a companion has been throwing me off because I'm like, every time I see this, I'm thinking, oh God, is that a vulture? Oh shit. But I'm like, no, it's my companion. Stop freaking out. Sorry, I'm a lone wolf. I'm not used to having an Alexia following me. Alexia. Go. Maple says, during my graduation, it was short and sweet, even though the flats I was wearing was burdening my heels. Ouch. Though I was trying so hard not to tear up in front of a few people. Now, were you tearing up because it was painful to be in flats? Or were you tearing up because it's just like, oh, the memories? Or a combination of both. I don't know. When I left high school, I really didn't have any friends. Mostly because I didn't put in the effort to do so. I don't know. I've always been kind of a loner kind of person. It's just who I am and how I've been my entire life. And I don't know why. It's just kind of my motivation to interact and be sociable. It's self-destructive as balls, I will definitely admit to that. Mapley says the memories and a bit from the heels. You made a meme about cheese and sent it to the memes channel. Oh, boy. But anyway, no, by the time I graduated from high school, I really didn't give two shits about anybody that was there. It's not that I actively hated anybody. It's just I don't know. I didn't really see eye to eye with anybody. Like, everybody that was at my school was either a jock or a prep. That's about it. Like, there was nothing in between. And anything that was in between, they had left the town a really long time ago. You know, like, I used to have friends there, and then everybody kind of went their separate ways because they were like, yeah, this place sucks. And it's not that, like, it inherently sucked, like, completely. It's just that, I don't know. The place didn't really provide a whole lot of flexibility for multiple different locks of life, so to speak. Like, the people that are going to my high school, nobody going to that high school has any kind of interests in doing, like, computer science. Or, you know, nobody's going there to have, like, an art career. Like, nobody is interested in doing acting, or nobody's interested in doing creative work. It's pretty much literally just, oh, sports ball! And that's not inherently a bad thing, like I said. But it's just definitely, like, not my crowd. But the issue is that, like, you know, with the situation that I was in, I didn't have a whole lot of other choices. So, yeah, that was my school. That's what I did. Wow, sorry. Again, Moon, I'll try to remember to, I'll try to remember to whitelist you so that you don't get that problem. Again, Streamlabs has been good. Streamlabs is not a bully. It's doing its job. I just need to instruct it, like, every once in a while. Heck, if you want to make it a little bit easier for me, yell at me in DMs at some point. Just being like, hey, remember to do the thing! Just to jumpstart my brain. But anyway, so that's why when I went to graduation, I didn't have any kind of a drive or any kind of a, oh man, the memories of this place, I'm gonna miss it. No, my philosophy was, thank God I'm out of here. Holy shit. I'm glad I get to move on to doing anything else but this. And again, not of the fault of all the people that I was, you know, I'm not blaming anybody that was a student. I mostly blame the fact that the administration of the school was complete bullshit. And the fact that a lot of the teachers really did not give two shits about people either. You know, it's like, that's my problem. Oh boy, the slime parade is coming. Anyway, it's about to become nighttime. Darkness is about to imprison me. Shep said, I tried to hold my breath and let out the slow thing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I gave you whatever advice I could. I don't know, hiccups are just really stupid. Hiccups is one of the stupidest afflictions on the planet. Hey, you know that one thing that's supposed to be entirely automated? Yeah, let's make that go on the fritz. Ah, yes. Make your stomach heave for no reason. A lot of people do say, like, getting scared helps. But I'm not evil. I'm not just gonna play some random loud like a loud sound out of nowhere. No, seriously, I'm not going to be making any random loud noises out of nowhere. I'm not evil, okay? I swear I'm not. Oh, geez. Maple Leaf said, my mom and dad were wondering why I never went to the games at your school. And you wanted to tell them, well, you see, I'm a bit an awkward sausage and knew no one there. And I'm not a fan of crowded places around people I don't know. But I didn't because, again, there were a few people around you and you didn't hurt anyone's feelings even if they didn't. Yeah, I know. That sounds like a case of just, you know, you don't want to inconvenience people. You don't want to, like, hurt anyone's feelings, so you just kind of default to just like, oh, I guess I'll do nothing. Trust me, I've been there. It's a sucky mindset. That was a huge mindset that I had all throughout high school and pretty much all of public school in general. It's not a healthy one. And I'm trying to break out of that as much as I can. Like, I am trying to stop looking at myself as just being like, oh no, it's going to be awkward if I say something. I don't know. Are things going to work out if I say something? I'm going to say something stupid, aren't I? You can't account for that. You cannot 100% guarantee that, oh, I'm going to say something dumb. Well, no, not if you're going to say nothing. Like, sometimes you just need to open your mouth every once in a while. Again, I'm trying to teach myself that. Some days I have better... I'm better with it some days than other days. Yeep. Okay. Sheb says, God, now I just want soda again. I feel like that's not going to help the hiccup situation. I mean, you're healed, but you're just going to bring them back. I gotta say, this is one of the more inconvenient ways to make the elevator. Literally boring through the entire ocean just to get to the bottom. Now, this being said, I don't care because this is interesting and different. And I'll take it. Oh, yeah, that's completely disgusting. I mean, yeah, joking, but you definitely do have feelings. Everybody does. And unfortunately, high school boys and high school girls forget that sometimes, that, maybe you're making people feel bad. Also, the moon looks like an egg. Somewhat. Like a broken up egg. I really should put down a rope. This is just step one of the elevator, by the way. First, we bore through the ocean, and then the world! So, yeah, prepare for excitement. A la digging hole. Oh, hello, shark. Oh, goodbye, shark. Also, swimming harpy. Give me a moment. Yikes. Alexis can swim. Apparently. Harpy Burb can swim. It's amazing. It's a miracle. Alright, there goes that. I believe we are through some of the most tedious elements. Some of them. Now, I'm going to start boring my way down to the bottom here. Oh, darn. I'm out of Dr. Pepper. The world is ending! Finding Stuff says, I'm making a elevator of sorts just to get to the damn jungle temple. Used a world editor just to find its location. That's entirely valid. Because I remember making sort of elevators, so to speak, for that exact same purpose. It is obnoxious as hell to attempt to try and get to the jungle temple. Oh, Shab's Wi-Fi just cut out. Hello. I can see your messages. I have no idea if you can, you know, hear my voice. Damn you, internet. All right, so we've managed to cut through the ocean, and we are on our way. Let me swap this out. We are on our way to the bottom. That will take a little bit of extra work, though. Oh, Shep says it cut out after I said I wanted soda. Shoot. Well, I was saying that, like, oh. I was joking, saying just like, well, you literally just had hiccups. I don't know if that's a very healthy thing to be having after you have hiccups. It's been like, my insides were, like, you know, oddly twitching for some reason. Why don't we give them carbonation? Oh, Jesus. Maple has posted a thing. Ah, yes, the Snatcher. The strange face Snatcher. Snatcher, but beautiful. Beautiful. Shep says, I'm eating a jumbo bag of David sunflower seeds as you watch. I've never been one to eat sunflower seeds myself. I liked peanuts, but the problem with peanuts is that they are extremely salty, unless you get unsalted. But I mean, like, what kind of a life are you living where you get unsalted peanuts? I don't know. It stems back to the fact that I was talking about how I'm attempting to try and be a heck of a lot more healthy with my food choices and whatnot. Like I was mentioning, Maple Leaf pointed out, like, turkey sandwiches earlier. I used to have a lot more luncheon meat kind of things. And then I started to actually look into the amount of sodium that is, like, in luncheon meat. Especially, like, pre-cut Oscar Mayer types of stuff. And, I mean, like, it's tasty stuff, don't get me wrong. And, yeah, it's plenty good to have every once in a while. But then you realize, like, oh, well, if I have, like, 2 servings of this, that's a hell of a lot of salt that I'm putting into my system. Like, holy shit. And yeah, that kind of makes me sad, because I'm like, well, shoot, I would like to have more luncheon meat, but I probably shouldn't. Maple is gonna go eat some lettuce. Wait, straight lettuce? Just be like, I must find lettuce leaves. I will return. So what are you guys talking about in the chat? Hold on. Who's David and who turned him into sunflower seeds? Oh, it's fine. Keyboards are tough. English is the shit. Oh boy, we got a long ass way to go. God damn. Like, I'm kind of praying that we hit, like, a cave system or something to spice this up, because this is going to be real boring without it. English is the language that rifles through the pockets of other languages for spare letters and grammar in the back alleyways. I've heard that, except slightly different. English is the language that takes other languages out back and beats them. And I believe that's absolutely true, because then they go and they steal their wallet and run. It takes so many rules from other different languages, and it just tries to, like, staple together its own rules. With no real sense or any kind of real logic, it just kind of does whatever it wants to do. Okay, I've got to vet this area out a bit. Chef says, Brenton remembers that, and I just, I think I'll twist that. Understandable. Like, that's a very violent way to put it, but... unfortunately, it's kind of true. English is the language that gives absolutely no shits about logic or reason. Moonlight just got a message from a friend asking why you made so many snacker jokes. Snatcher jokes. They don't know... Wait. What they don't know is that he, doesn't scare me, he just surprises me.
Boo.
Roar.
Boogity boogity. Are you scared yet?
No. Ha! Joke's on you, my volume was down. My mission is not to blow out your speakers. My mission is to be the Snatchy Boy and nothing else. Ay, ay, ay. So, okay. So, in reference to the tree that is currently sitting over here, we're not even at the length of, like, this tree. I believe that's one of the longest trees that I managed to find, if I remember right. I could be entirely wrong about that. These are damn long trees. Oh, yes. Oh, God. Speaking of, it just occurred to me. This is, like, the weird seed, right? It's the one where a bunch of weird stuff... I keep forgetting that this is, like, the strange seed. The one where it's got a whole bunch of, like, random strange things happening in it. And I believe I remember there's something strange that happens within this seed. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but just from looking at, like, the under... I don't know, just the big old maps of generated land using this seed, I think I have made the right choice by choosing to appear on this side. And not going, like, straight downwards into hell. You'll figure that out in a second. Like, as soon as we get there, you'll know why. Maple says, imagine Hat Kid finally snaps. I feel like Hat Kid snapped years ago. It's just they don't show it on their face. They're very stone cold. Not a lot of emotion happens. And they kind of just, like, randomly kill Mafia. At random. For no reason. Don't give me ideas. I'm not trying to give you ideas. I'm just saying cold, hard facts. right, I got to go put this water somewhere. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Are we there yet?
Why do I hear boss music?
Insert Hat Kid with JoJo reference here. I wonder how many people have actually watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and how many people are just memeing on it because they're just like, oh yeah, it's a meme. I am one of those folks that memes on it just because, oh yeah, it's a meme. Pink says, never heard of it. It's an anime. I'll say, like, I've never really been in... Like, apparently, again, a lot of people, they're torn. They're just like, well, I mean, both the manga and the anime are good, but, the manga is definitely a heck of a lot better than the anime. And then there's some people who are just like, they're both equal. What are you talking about, you stickler? And then people are like, I like the anime better. I don't know. Combination of those, and all three of them fight. Meanwhile, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm lazy and I'll do whatever I feel like doing. Like, if I would have to see anything from JoJo, I think I would watch the anime just because the anime sounds absolutely hysterical and insane. I mean, so does the manga, but you know what I mean? I thought you never watch anime. I basically never watch anime, but if I had to watch an anime, it would probably be JoJo, and I don't know, just because, like, I mean, you know me. I'm one of those people that, like, the more ridiculous of a concept, the better, in my opinion. So it's just like, yeah, that's right up my alley. That's the kind of crazy that I would subscribe for. That does remind me of one thing, though. I'm not going to say specifically what YouTuber it is because, I don't want to throw shade or anything. But there was a YouTuber I was watching, like, a few videos of theirs. And there was a point in the video where they were talking about, like, anime and whatnot. It's just like, I'm not a gigantic fan of anime and all that jazz. And then later on, one of their later videos, they actually got a sponsor by Crunchyroll, and they were just like, oh, hey, well, I like watching anime in my spare time. And I'm sitting there like, you liar! You literally just said, not like a couple of episodes ago, that you don't watch the animus. And I'm going to be honest, that actually did really put me off. I'm like, oh my god. Like, I know that, like, if you've got a sponsor, you need to be like, oh, yeah, today's sponsor is Crunchyroll. With Crunchyroll, you could but it's like, man, don't lie to me. Don't tell me it's just like, you literally just told me not too long ago, it's like, you know what I mean? The anime waifus change a man. And no, I'm not even going to say, not going to buy that. I don't care which waifu you found. I don't care. I don't care how changed of a person you are. You did not change literally, like, if you're one of those people... Oh, geez. What did I find? There we go. If you literally made a video, like... It's like a week ago you released a video that was just like, oh yeah, I don't really watch anime. And then a week later, you get an anime and Crunchyroll thing. Like, oh yeah, I suppose you would watch a heck of a lot of anime if you were being sponsored by it. This is two-faced nonsense. I don't like it. The Crimson Waters. I know. I am scared. What's happening? But like I said, I don't want to throw shade. Like, they're a pretty decent YouTuber. It's just like, I can't watch either of those videos that were released in that timeline because, like, in one of the videos, okay, you're clearly telling the truth. Actually, you know what? I can definitely watch the old video, but the other one is just like, wow, you are starting out with a cold, you know, it's the bold-faced lie. It's like fucking... Mapley said, I watched an Undertale comic dub where Azrael came back, still gets visions of Flowey and talks about people, never forgot what he did. You wanted to make something similar, but with Snatcher and how he is the prince again somehow? That would be very strange. Still gets nightmares on how his alter ego self talks down to him, and how no one forgot what he was doing. That would be very terrifying. Moon says, more ideas. I mean, it's Mapley's idea. That's like being... It's like somebody giving a pitch for a show to, like, some producers, and they're just like, yeah, we're not really interested in that, you know, that concept, so, I think we're gonna pass on that, but thank you for your time. And then they left. It's like, boys, I just came up with an amazing idea. It's that guy's idea. It's like, wait. No, it was his idea, sir. Shut up, you're fired, Reginald. That's a great idea, sir. Yes, Frank, it certainly is. It's good to have Frank the Kiss Ass in town. I basically just, like, did a J. Jonah Jameson thing. Yep. God damn it, get me pictures of Spider-Man. Oh, are we there yet? Holy shit. Doing okay for the moment. Okay, so I'm a little bit nervous about things like just spawning and attempting to fall into the pit with me, so I'm actually going to wall up these areas a little bit. There we go. Mapley posted Canon Sans. I was about to say Comic Sans. It's just like, oh no, that's just the typeface. Actually, has anybody attempted to make Sans just like, except his head is just a comic book? Hey, Papyrus, what am I? I swear to God! You better not say what I think you're about to say. Yes, and there's an animation about it. You see? There are no, like... There are no creative ideas anymore. The internet is way too widespread, and it's so easy to like, just take your idea and throw it into the ether. There are no original ideas anymore. If you have an original idea, somebody else has probably done it. 10 times over. It was more of an April Fool's joke since people were demanding the animation. Well, now I'm demanding it. Just like, I want this. I want this so bad. Comic Sans! Oh my God! A good artist copies. A legendary artist steals, but steals from many people. Oh, shit. That's unfortunately true. Insert red bubble comment here. Papyrus fucking dies, the musical. And I swear to all that is holy. I was gonna make Papyrus swear there, but I'm just like, wait, no, he wouldn't swear. That's not Papyrus's way. He wouldn't do that. Too pure. Ah! Come on! Taking 12 years. This isn't even like a basic pickaxe. To be fair, it's not the best pickaxe I could be using. But it's not like I'm using a cheap, shitty pickaxe. Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel, quick before the hyena comes. Dig! I have not seen Lion King 1.5 in so freaking long. All I remember, like, about Lion King 1.5 was... I don't know. It just, how... It's kind of hard to explain that movie. Like, you know, it was literally a movie right in the middle of what The Lion King was apparently doing at the time. And because of that, it feels like a very inconsequential type of a movie. Like, the set pieces and the, you know, the actual individual parts of the movie, they were fairly good. But it's just like, well, I know what's about to happen. I know this is what's going to go down here. I've seen The Lion King at least, like, 500 times. It's not all that different from, you know, it's like... Maybe I'm just being way too judgmental. Sans, the font for every teacher. Actually, I looked into what the font is for Terraria. Because I needed to make a thumbnail for it. And it turns out Terraria's font is actually, like... From what I understand, I think it's like a fairly open source thing. It's used in so many different types of media. But the weird part about it for me is that I never really thought about that, considering it's such a pixelated font. And you wouldn't think that it's it has any kind of connection with a very well-used or very well-known font. It totally is. Like, it's been used in a lot of different productions, all across different things, and I'm just like, oh. And that's very strange, because literally the font of this game was used in the freaking logo of the game. Except, again, it was artsied up so that it looks a heck of a lot better. You know, it looks a lot more custom that way. But, you know, just like this text right here. We've gotten to a very boring part of the night where we're just talking about fonts. And somehow people are still sitting in the... we're pretty much at the exact same viewers when we started. Like, holy crap, you guys are amazing. Splat says, I'm just zoning out in the background. That sounds accurate. Moon says, I mean, hey, you're a cool guy. Shush. Honestly, fun to talk to you. Well, thank you very much. I'm not going to say exactly who, but there was somebody who was talking to me in DMs, and they were commenting just how good I am at the voice acting thing. And I'm just like, oh god, shut your mouth. Stop, I am not that good at it, okay? It's like, no, not for real, you are! You sell yourself short, shut up! Like, honestly, I just kind of scream into a mic. Moon says, Bit, I will hit you gently with nothing and freaking... Wait. I will hit you gently with nothing and freaking spoil you with art. Hit me with nothing. Splat says, you are pretty good. Don't make me donate bits I don't have. Hey, hey, by all means, don't donate bits you don't have, because holy crap. I don't even require any bits regularly from anybody, for God's sakes. Or subscriptions. Ooh. Pimation's lizard. Whoa, that's adorable. Okay, so we seem to have hit some sort of a cave system. That's going to happen a little more often the lower down we get. I think. Or we could just get really, really stupidly unlucky. See, the plan is I'm going to be putting down a rope so that we can just, like, glide directly down it in safety. That's my intention, anyway. Watch you fall in lava! Oh, God, I still love that picture. Thank you for making it, Mapley. Mapley sent me a message not too long ago. I was just like, hey, look at this emotion chart. And I looked at it, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm feeling kind of 1D today. And then Mapley was like, well, I was literally going to ask you which one of these you like the most, so thank you for answering that for me. Like, oh. Well, okay, then. I guess I played myself. Just gonna seal up this hole, because why not? Okay, there we go. I'm just like, there's gotta be something. Oh my God. All right. I just remembered one thing that just recently happened. Oh, all right. I'm so happy that I managed to remember this. So my mom just recently showed me this thing that she got in the mail. And oh, it's the funniest thing. So she was planning on throwing it out, but she was like, no, I gotta show this to everybody first. And she showed me it, and it was like this very well-written letter. Like, very well handwritten note. Inside of it, there was just a very, very plain business card, and it had a... Oh, geez, what was it? It was basically one of those QR codes. Yeah, it's one of those. And then the well-written letter was, it's just like, I hope you are doing good. And we were like, who the heck is this? And then it turned out it was literally Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm like, oh, great. Because it was saying just like, I hope you're having like, a lovely evening and a lovely day or whatever. And I hope you, it's like, and by the teaching of Copernicus, 1910, by the teachings of Herty and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And then I stopped and I'm like, well, you know what? I think I would prefer them doing this as opposed to, coming directly up to my door and all that jazz. The scary thing is that this thing, it didn't come directly from anybody locally. It came from, another city. Which is very strange because we're just like, all right, who the hell got our number? It's just like, who got my mom's number and how did they manage to send this letter? Like, what? How do you know who she is? When? It's kind of spooky stuff. It's like, Jesus Christ. But that being said, I would prefer that they did something like this as opposed to... I mean, they could continue to do their door-to-door thing where they're just like, oh, hey, have you heard about the good word? No, I have not heard about the good word. And would you mind not being here because we're in quarantine? I suppose they couldn't do that because, like, I feel like they would be fined pretty significantly. But I just find that funny. It was like a very small envelope, and it had a tiny little business card thing. It had no other indications on it. It was just a QR code. Nothing else. And that's spooky as all hell, because they kind of expected that you were just going to blindly go ahead and type that in, or, like, you know, scan that thing into your phone and just follow the link. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. I'm so happy that that meme still exists. Like, there are a few memes that I feel have the strength and the power to be able to push past anything you throw at them and continue to be still relevant in this year. Despite all of, like, the overplay and the abuse that they get. And the fact that they show up on Family Guy. It doesn't matter. And the one person that is definitely powerful enough to surpass all of that is Mr. Rick Astley. Imagine if it's Rickroll, but it's replaced with Snatcher. Once again, I shared you guys that one link about, I tried doing sort of that, you know, Twitch sings thing, because I was bored. I was like, let's take a look at this and see whether or not it's viable for what I want to do with it. And then I realized, no, it absolutely won't be. So here's a fun fact about that clip that I made. Now, the fact that I'm not a very good singer, like, live, I'm just going to say that right up front. I'm not trained to be a singer, so that's a big factor involved with the fact that it doesn't sound all that great. But on top of this, I was also trying to use the Snatcher filter. And the problem with the Snatcher filter is that it adds an extra, like, 30 milliseconds of delay to your voice. And you wouldn't think that's that bad. But at the end of the day, actually, it is, like, it's significant. Especially if you want to try to sing in line with a song. So essentially, I had to sort of predict where the song was going to end up being, like, 30 milliseconds ahead, and then sing before that. It's very hard on the brain. It, like, close to impossible, I feel. And by that point, you're using so much of your brain power that you don't even want to try and focus on, you know, staying in key. So for my purposes, I definitely would not want to really use, like, I would definitely want to use the filters and the silly things. And I just cannot do that with my current setup. I don't know. I've adjusted things since then, so maybe that would be a fun thing to attempt to try.
What song do you want me to play? I don't know. Give me recommendations in the chat.
Why? Because I can, Splat. That's why. That's a good picture of Snatcher. What are you talking about? Wiggly worm with claws. Pretty much all Snatcher is. Like, you can improvise with any other types of weird proportions, but at the end of the day, kind of just a wiggly worm. Maple says, I was just about to say that. Pretty much. The spoodle noodle. Oh, how low can you go? I haven't even seen lava yet. The spooky ramen man. He just busts in just like,
Who's calling me ramen?
a woo thing. I don't know. I kind of wish I had the original filters that I had set up at one point. That one actually had a much more high quality.
High-pitched voice.
This one's got some problems with it. Like a little bit of extra echo on the voice that I really don't like, but I don't have any means of fixing that. The filters that I was using originally, they're higher quality, but they have a lot more delay to them. And also, like, they have some major issues with, like, breaking every now and then. Solioli. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh yeah, me and my buddy Ben were actually joking back and forth a little bit earlier. And he was mentioning that he was messing around with some mods for... Oh, what game was that again? I think it was... Oh, shoot. You know what? I feel bad because I totally forget. He literally told me not too long ago. Stellaris, that's it. No, he's playing Stellaris, and he was playing around with some mods for adding, like, Covenant species into Stellaris, and, like, the Covenant from Halo. So you can do the Elites, the Sangeli. And I kind of made a joke, because I'm just like... Because, apparently... Let me check this. Apparently, like the planet with the Sangeli is Sangelios, and I heard that, and the first thing that I thought was, man, that just reminds that when I read that, and all I think is Sangelios, and it's like some very strange off-brand of spaghetti, like SpaghettiOs. And then Ben told me it's just like Photoshop that. I'm like, I'm on it. Eventually, I'm on it. Moonlight says, I tried to make my own Snatcher voice mod, but because you are a girl, you sound like his freaking daughter. I mean, there's function for that. I want to make a point here. Now, again, I've been doing some random voice work every now and then for random old things, and the more that I do voice work, the more I realize I feel like anybody could potentially be a voice actor. It's just a case of how dedicated are you to put in the efforts to, you know, just try to experiment with your vocal range and whatnot. And, you know, just trying to figure out where you kind of line up on the spectrum of voices. Because I think everybody has a distinctive voice that they can do just on their own. Like, their own, like, native voice. And on top of that, if you can be a little bit more flexible with your voice, if you can, you know, branch out and attempt to try and, you know, fluctuate, just not just sitting at this point, but seeing how high you can get up and how low you can get up. You know, it's like, and just experimenting with that, like how you fluctuate it, what kind of accents you can do. Like, it, if you put in the effort, you can definitely pull off being a voice actor. And just because there's some voices that you can't particularly do, that doesn't mean that, you know, you're a bad voice actor. No, that just means that there are certain voices that you cannot do. Maple Leaf says, I can make child voices. Hey, I mean, that there is definitely a market for that. Like, do you know how many, like, kids shows and things like that are looking for people that just have inherently good voices for, you know, just like children are like characters and whatnot. I talked about this before, but like the entirety of the cast of Rugrats, growing up, I found out all of them were just women, just random gals who were like voice actresses. It was just like, that's a really cool concept, because watching the show, you never really think, oh yeah, this is just a whole bunch of ladies in a recording booth. You're just like, oh no, that's Tommy Pickles, that's Chucky, that's Phil, that's Lil, and they're all getting together for their, you know, baby adventures and whatnot. You know, like, there's some genuine talent for that. Arf. Moon says, I legit can make, mainly do a crappy minion voice, cooking cat, female American stature, and a child's voice. Again, there's flexibilities. It's all about just testing things out and seeing what you're capable of doing. I've done my own testing, like one, just with the voices that I've done during live streams, being like, all right, let's see if I can pull this shit off. And then on my own time, I just try and mix and match, and I try to see, it's like, like what if I could, can I do sort of a low tone, serious voice? You know, so can I do that? Again, it's experimenting, seeing what you're capable of, and if you have something there, if you've got something that you think sounds like fairly decent, hone in on that. Like, do some adjusting, do some practice. Mapley says, also, I sent something in your DMs. Yeah, you sent the Betty Kid wants chicken nuggies.
Uncle Statue, I want chicken nuggets. I'm hungry. Can I have some chicken nuggets, please? Chicken nuggets. Please. Please, chicken nuggets. I will.
Moonlight says, I call my crappy minion voice plush trap voice. Again, I think there are 5 specific Hat in Time voices that I feel like I do fairly decently. And one of them, it almost feels like cheating because, again, it's Snatcher.
And a big part of that is just the filter itself.
So yeah, I don't even really count that all that much, but I can do it, I suppose.
Again, I can do Mafia, but even then, this is the lowest range of voice I can do. It's super low. Hello, Hat Child.
And then, of course I can do a conductor, but go back and listen to the conductor that I used to do. It's insanely different, and it's also much worse. Like, I've listened to some of the old takes of Snatcher that I've done in the past, and wow, here's the thing, a lot of people complained about it back then, because they were like, oh my god, yeah, you didn't even roll any of your R's, and it's just like, you kept on fluctuating in between just the accent. It's like, you don't sound Scottish, you sound like some asshole who's trying desperately to be Scottish. And I'm like, you're right, but that wasn't what I was going for, so I'm sorry. I'll try and improve, and to be fair, I think I have, so I wouldn't say that I'm, like, all that great when it comes to a Scottish accent. I still have problems with sticking in it. And in fact, whenever I'm recording lines for Snatcher, I have to, like, keep reminding myself, like, Scottish, Scottish accent, Scottish accent. Thick as pecking bowls, okay? Just lay it on, lass. But I remember going back and listening to that performance. I was just like, oh my god. No, you didn't roll any of your R's. Holy shit. What are you thinking? What are you trying to do there? Which is funny, because that's not even, like, the official, oh, Jesus, the blood moon's rising. Cool. Anyway, no, the official first takes that I ever did as Snatcher for mods, I didn't even release those because they were so bad. They were extremely echoey, and there was essentially nothing that I could do to attempt to fix them. So I was just like, yeah, these are garbage. I will not be using these. Oh, Moonlight says, I forgot I can do nomads. Well, there you go. But anyway, so there's that. I have done the voice for the owls in the past for some mods. Even then, I don't think I have I don't think I quite have the right voice register to be able to pull it off. Because it requires a natural depth to your voice that I just can't hit. Like, you can tell, I have a pretty, I wouldn't say high-pitched voice, but it's definitely within a higher range. And because of this, my owl pretty much sounds just exactly like how I talk. That's it. Although, maybe just a tad bit more nasally. That's about it. With just a few more whoos.
And then, of course, Snatcher. But you know about that.
And then I think I have a pretty decent minion, but I have I have been adjusting it and attempting to try and... Because the thing is, the minions, it's weird. It's high pitch, but it's also... like, sort of high pitch, sort of not. You know what I mean? It's a high, but it's also a low at the same time, and it's very confusing. You know, it's like... I'm trying to have a good example for a line. You know, it's like... Not the Twilight... what was it? The subcon well is this way, kid. You know, it's like something like that. Like, it sounds very congested. So those are the kind of 5 Hat in Time voices that I feel like I at least do a decent enough job of it that I can be confident being like, oh yeah, I could probably do that for somebody's mod, probably. Not in any official standard, but... How to do grooves. Metaton voice. Man, I would love to be able to do a grooves voice, but man, like, Anthony, who, you know, aka Antfish, he has got such a chocolatey low voice that I feel like anybody would have a very difficult time trying to pull it off. To this day, I have not heard, like, a single person do, like, a DJ Grooves voice that I can honestly say was, like, 5 stars. Heck, I wouldn't even say that anybody got up to a 4-star level. A lot of people just kind of, they do an average okay DJ Grooves, and that's it. Mapley's talking about Pellet. Literally the opposite of the conductor. Barely drinks alcohol. Thank God. Doesn't tolerate cursing. In other words, soft verb. Yeah, is it? Okay, so I imagine Pellet would have, like, a Scottish accent, but it would be, like, a very light Scottish accent. Oh, conductor dearie, you better not be swearing in front of the kiddos. I don't care! Whatever, they're gonna hear swears anyway. What's the difference between doing it now and then? Funny stuff. Oh my God, he's still digging, folks. Welcome back, I suppose. I gotta say, one of my favorite voices to do. It's not even a good one. It's just, honestly, it's kind of shitty. It's the, I don't know. It's like that Minnesotan Midwestern mom voice. It's like, oh dear honey, what are you doing? Oh, I know I raised you well. Why are you going and making a decision like that? You're ruining your life. You're throwing it directly in the toilet. Come on, dear. You're smarter than this, okay? Why'd you go out drinking the night before? That doesn't make... It's like, you knew that you were gonna have your, I don't know, since Mapley brought it up, it's like, you knew your graduation ceremony was literally gonna be the next day, and now you're all hungover, so good job, honey. It's just like, it doesn't sound good at all. It doesn't sound like the Minnesota mom, but it's hilarious to me. Moonlight says, I remember a skit Bunny and I did where Mel and Conductor got so drunk that somehow there was adoption papers and Conductor lost train privileges. Oh, Jesus. Oh, don't you know? Exactly. It's sort of Canadian, too. Mapley says, I was doing a sitcom where Pellet invited DJ Grooves during Thanksgiving so she could attempt to get her dad... Wait. Get her dad and him to get along, but as soon as she brings DJ Grooves out, Conductor gets a feckin' gun. That is amazing. Also, Thanksgiving. If it's Thanksgiving, I assume that they probably don't eat a bird. So what did they eat instead? A roast beast, perhaps? Get out of my house! Owls do eat other birds, so... I mean, okay. I don't know. There's just something very cannibalistic about doing that, like, you know, in... you know, like, just a standing up on two legs kind of world where, like, all the animals are, like, fully sentient beings who can think and, like... You know, like they're as smart as human beings. Kind of like it's sort of like if we ate monkeys. It's like, Don't know how comfortable I would be with that. Pellet's name is literally named after bird vomit. Great. All right. So how much further am I from the bottom? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm willing to bet that I'm probably going to end up hitting lava before I end up hitting the bottom. I'm getting there, man. But boy, oh boy, this has been a very long trek. So thank you for, bringing up conversations that we can have while I am doing this ridiculous stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything more that I've heard about, like, voice acting and whatnot. I don't know what else. I don't know. I've gotten complimented so many times from people. Like, whenever I make whenever I make lines for mods and whatnot, I've had a lot of people who just, they give a lot of thanks for just, like, the extra effort and work that I put into the work that I do. Moonlight says, I guess I would explain a bit on Mel, but given that she's literally a part of the thing I'm making, the least I can say is she's always tired and Snatcher doesn't give her a break. Lovely. Kind of sounds like Snatcher.
What are you doing?
Sleeping.
Well, you shouldn't be doing that.
Pink says, I would have voiced the timer in Snatcher's Death Wish for a mod. You said voice the timer, and the first thing I think is that one clip from, I think it's like Wario Land games, where Wario just screams, hurry up! Oh, hold on a second. Hurry up! There. Not the right reverb, but that works. The hell is asleep? Mel just wants to sleep and food. Don't we all? Okay, I would like to see some lava, or just like something exciting happen. Yeah, you know what's kind of scaring me? I know that I should be running into the goblin at some point, like the Goblin Tinkerer. My problem is that I can't see any of these caves, so I don't think I could even help him even if I passed by him. Like, I would have to be very lucky and just manage to catch him. Just being like, oh, hey, it's him. The good news is that he does tend to just, like, spawn at random points when you're just hanging out down below. Also, we complete, boys. Okay. Seeing nothing over here, aside from, like, water that is definitely going to drown me if I am not careful. I'm trying to line this up, but I'm having a hard time doing it. Five, four, three, two, one. You're dead. Thank you for the skits there, Bit. Gave me some motivation. Motivation! Inspiration. Again, I'm a fan of over-the-top, absurdist humor. You could probably put that together just by watching any of my streams. So modern memes nowadays, holy crap, I am currently living in, like, a renaissance of amazing memes. Which is great, because, like, I have a whole lot of friends who I'll tell them about a specific meme that's just, like, I think it's hilarious, and they're just like, I don't get it. And I'm just like, oh, come on, don't you think it's funny? It's like, honestly, I don't understand what you're doing. And Maple Leaf posted a squashed version of my email being like, okay, who ran him over? You know what's one meme that I was talking to my buddies about? Loss. And I brought that meme up to them. I forget what it was. I think I had made a loss meme at one point, and I posted it somewhere. Or, like, I don't know. I was trying to explain what loss even was. And I was just like, oh, yeah. So there was this webcomic, and it's, like, very infamous for being, like, you know, overly... I don't know. It was, like, a game webcomic, and for the most part, it was just, like, silly. There wasn't a whole lot to it. But then one day, they did a very serious one about abortion. Which, by the way, again, let's all be, like, you know, sensible and tasteful about that one. But again, it was so over the top and so serious that a lot of people have just lampooned the ever-loving hell out of it. And they were like, I don't really get how that's funny. I was just like, I think it's just, like, the variations that people make on it. That's what's kind of funny about it. Oh, no, funny stuff says miscarriage, not abortion. Thank you very much. Thank you for correcting that, because I would have felt very bad, like, you know, if that was not corrected. Again, one of the characters within the comic had a miscarriage. That's what it was. But anyways, it's like, yeah, I don't know if I find that funny. I was just like, I don't do it. I mean, here's an example of it. And then I showed some examples, and they're like, dude, I honestly don't see it. It's like, are you sure? Don't you see, like, the little lines and the way that the things are kind of, you know, proportioned? And there's just like, well, yeah, now that you show it to me, like, yeah, all right, I see it now, but I feel like I wouldn't have gotten it. And I don't know, I don't really find that all that funny. I was just like, oh, for God's sakes, like, I guarantee you, like, you're gonna find somebody post something similar to this later, and you're gonna laugh. You're gonna be like, oh, God damn it, it's Loss. That's the joke. That's what Loss is. I was just like, yeah, honestly, I don't get the funny. I was like, ugh. Well, you are not in the know. All right, well, we made it to the lava layer. But we have also run into a serious problem, in that I cannot continue to bore straight down anymore. Have I collected any silt blocks while I was doing this? Ah, yes, I did. I don't think I have enough that I could... Do I have enough that I could break through this? I don't know. Because here's the issue. Lava is an entire other monster in this game. It takes some ingenuity in order to get past it. Because I can't just, like, put down regular blocks. I also have to... Yeah, I can't place blocks in lava, otherwise they're just going to burn up. Maple Leaf says, that's not lava, that's tomato soup. Do not drink! It's the forbidden tomato soup I must ingest. It looks tasty, though. No! Do not drink! Do not devour! Okay, where are my buckets? There's my buckets. I gotta clear all this out. Where? Oh my god, my inventory is so full that the bucket is not sitting in it. Alright. Okay. Place that down. All right. So, this is a bit awkward, but there we go. Oh shit. Okay. There. There we go. That's how you get past lava here. Now I gotta take those oh god, alright, so my inventory is full with a lot of shit at this moment. I think I should get rid of some inconsequential stuff that I probably will not need. I got a whole lot of this at the house. I got a bone pickaxe somehow. That's not gonna help me out. I think that'll do it. I think. Ah! Shit! 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 Well, that's a big old whoopsie. I thought that was 2 blocks. Okay. I should be fine. I wasn't in there for too long. Okay. Now where to put it? I guess I'll put it up here. Oh, that could have ended things pretty quick. Put it in a new hole. Not your problem anymore. Exactly. Just move the sucker. Okay, where? God, all right, here. I'm so scared. Yeah. Again, I have shown you an example of what can happen if I accidentally do something wrong. So, the stakes are high. You can see what the stakes are. I'm just happy that I have some pretty decent armor here. Okay. It's low enough. Toasty! Alright, let me pick up some of the lava from the walls. Why not? Extracurricular. Yep. Stop it. And there we go. We broke through. Yeah, keep moving. Oh, man. Could I reach the hell layer? I feel like my chances are kind of low tonight. Well, alright, let me... It's the lava layer. The lava layer is not that far away from hell at this point. Moon says, I fricking want bacon, but I ate it all. Oh, God. I can feel that. Some days you just want bacon. I went and had some bacon when I went and had that French toast the other day. And now I just want more bacon. I'm very thankful that I decided to pre-make some enchiladas before I decided to stream. I made some, like, the other day, like, in preparation for the weekend, because I'm like, well, I'm going to be busy, and I'm not going to have time to, like, make some kind of a really nice meal, so I'm going to make it right now. That way I can, like, you know, I can have something decent quality, and then I don't have to just make a random sandwich at the end of the stream. You know, like, sandwiches are good, but at the end of the day, like, I would much rather have something else. Ooh, Hello, Free Dean Boy. How's it going? I hope you're having a good day. I'm currently kind of just in hell at the moment. And digging a hole. What is that? Wait a minute. What it... I'm looking at this platform thing. I don't recognize it. It looks like tree trunk, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense from this area. I don't know. For context sake, I should probably mention that this is the special, like, glitch seed. You know, the one where you put in the date of the release of 1.4 and it just screws with your world. So I don't have any idea what's going to be happening. And I have not looked into it. Yeah, what the heck are you? That looks like a tree trunk. Why would there be a tree trunk this close to hell? By the way, you want to know who's the real MVP here? This shadow orb. Because all this time, I have not needed to lay down any of these torches. So thank the freaking lords above that we managed to get one of those things. Alright. I'd go sightseeing, but we're on a mission. We're on a mission to get to the bottom. In all likelihood, we will probably run into one more blockade of lava. Which case, I don't really know if I'm going to be able to get through it with the amount of silt that I just happen to have sitting in my inventory. There's trees in hell? Yeah, exactly. I feel like this is probably a side effect of this strange seed that I got. Honestly, like, I know that the Terraria folks, like, they mentioned that they're done. They're not going to be making anything else. There's a part of me that kind of hopes that they make a few more Easter egg seeds. Because these things are a hoot. They're so freaking crazy and confusing. I kind of want to play the one that's just a shitload of jungle and bees. At the same time, I also kind of don't. I'm like, that sounds like it would be hell. I mean, here's the interest... Freed says, no, like, by the lava pit. I mean, are you referring to... Oh, are you referring to this one? I think this is just a brand new thing. I was talking about the fact that there are tree roots in hell, and I do not understand why that is. No, those are gem trees. Those are actually a regular thing in Terraria now in 1.4, so... And then you can get gem corns, which is just like acorns, except they're gems. I guess it makes it a little bit easier to get a hold of gems early on. So you can make yourself a gem hook fairly easy. I don't believe I've done that. Yes. I was stupidly lazy and didn't get a whole bunch of gems. Instead, I'm just like, grappling hook. Good enough. Oh, what do I see down here? Anything? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I am getting... Oh, Jesus! Oh, why? Why does the internet have to corrupt everything? Freedeen says, see, I played on PS3, which got 0 updates ever. Oh, that really sucks. I'm rooting for you guys to, like, finally get some decent Terraria updates. The running gag is that the 3DS version is just never going to update ever. I forget, is the mobile one doing any better? Because I know the mobile one has a heck of a lot of features that the regular Terraria version does. Oh, your 3D hasn't burned out, though? Oh, that sucks. Do you at least have a replacement? I assume that you probably have a replacement in some way. If not, are you lining up for one? I mean, they're talking about the brand new PS5 and all that. Do you want to get a Wi-Fi router? Buy the new PlayStation Wi-Fi. No? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Me, I don't really own any consoles just because I have this good old computer rig down here. That satisfies a heck of a lot of my gaming needs. Free says, exactly. Well, there we go. The updates would be around April of this year. They lied. Okay. So, we're back here in this situation. That's a very small puddle of lava. I think I'll be okay. Okay. How much more silt do I have sitting in here? Where is it? There's the silt. There we go. Oh, again, I'm kind of hoping that I get lucky and I don't run into any more lava. And I can just do, like, straight shot to hell. Like, that would be convenient. I wouldn't have to worry about, it's like, oh, man, I'm going to have to go and grab more silt. Oh, no. I can't be arsed, honestly. I don't care. Mapley says, I imagine that when Pellet told Conductor that she had laid eggs, so the phone Conductor was just silent for 20 minutes, and all of a sudden, the door just breaks open with the Conductor on the other side. You did what? I'm just trying to think, like, how would the Conductor respond? It's just like, you're gonna be a daddy. I'm a wall. You're a wizard, Conductor. I'm a what? A wizard. Freedeen says trying to make a elevator. Are you asking me, or are you currently somehow playing Terraria on your system? In which case, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Though I'm attempting to make a elevator on the end of the world as opposed to in the center. Because that's what I've done for the entirety of my time playing Terraria. I want to do it a little bit differently. Mostly because I'm bored and I just want to try something a little bit weird. On the other hand, also, I believe there's something interesting about hell in this version of the seed. Oh, Jesus, Pinky's down here. Hi. Papa, you're a grandpa now. I'm a what? A granddaddy. Oh, this is a gold. Holy shit. My attention span. Low as hell. Hello, Mr. Frag. Scottish power, I see. Not even. I'm a disgrace to Scotsmen. So, hey, look, we found another lava pit. Shite. Yeah, I can't do anything about that, because I don't have any silt, and I don't have any slush, or anything to be able to handle that. And I don't know how, like... Because the thing is, like, lava, I found out that there's actually an area outside of the field of view for the player that does spawn into the world, but you can't really see it, and I don't really know how deep and how, like, wide this lava vein is. So I don't really want to deal with it. Oh, Freendine's heading out. Hey, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you watching the stream. So I think I'm pretty much done for now. I'll come back a little bit later, and I will bring the proper necessities to break through all this lava. Because let me tell you, I'm still fairly far away. I'm not stupidly far away, because the... Let me see here. So I cut through this lava vein. Yeah, and hell is basically on, like, at this level. So I'm stupidly close. Oh boy, that's a long fall. Not to worry, I do have access to the horseshoe, so I won't have to worry about fall damage. And even if I had to worry about fall damage, I intend to put down a rope. So it's fine, we're good. But yeah, I'm gonna come back home. How much, first of all, let me just go ahead and oh, I did it. Let me quick look a whole bunch of stuff into the inventory. How much silk do I have sitting around? Oh, I got plenty. Holy shit. Well, I don't want to take another trip back over there, and it's late. I'm getting hungry, and I feel like just ending the stream for now. This has been fun. I have fun whenever I play these Terraria streams. Just it always feels like, well, who the heck, what the heck are we gonna do? And also, are we gonna have anything fun to talk about in the downtimes? Because, good lord, there's a lot of downtimes in Terraria where you're just building. Got a lot going on so far. Let me see. Anything else that I should be mentioning about this Terraria playthrough? I don't know. I might go back over there and do a little bit of extra work to clean up the elevator. Just because there's some things I want to do just for quality of life's sake and making it look nice. So I might do that off stream. We will see. Well, we got like the basic shape of it down. And that's... Oh. The traveling merchant has arrived. I wonder if he's got anything interesting. I'll check that real quick before we're done here. Hi. What you have? Bedazzled nectar summons a pet butterfly. Well, I don't have a platinum anymore, and I kind of like my harpy. So, whoopity whoop. Maybe he's going to try and make kid pellet. Oh, Jesus. You're just layering layers upon layers upon layers of cute. Holy crap. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm going to end things for now. Let me go over to the end screen. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Especially thanks to people that did any kind of extra random donations and people that subscribed. I appreciate it very much. You do not necessarily need to do any kind of bit donations or any kind of subscriptions right now. But it's nice when you do, because I can take that money and put it back into the stream, and that's nice. Either that, or it can support me in sort of the treacherous, stupid times that we're currently dealing with. So again, anything is very appreciated. I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. All of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Tomorrow, I will be playing a little bit more Animal Crossing, and I've got some major changes that have happened within the Animal Crossing world, which, it just seems like big changes keep happening every single day. Weekly big changes tend to happen, which is kind of nice. The Pecs. Moonlight says, fair travels, Bit. Once again, remember, necromancy is expensive. Very well. I think that will just about do it. Again, thank you very much for coming out. See you next time.